Hello and welcome to the latest news update on Canary News. Sudan's paramilitary rapid support forces are reportedly utilizing Elon Musk's Starlink satellite internet service amid a nationwide internet blackout amidst a 10-month-long civil conflict. According to diplomats and a humanitarian official in Darfur, the RSF, engaged in conflict with Sudan's army, has had access to Starlink technology since August. Devices have become more prevalent since Sudan's internet outage, with imports facilitated through RSF-controlled corridors via Chad and South Sudan. Social media has been flooded with images and videos of RSF soldiers utilizing Starlink technology. The conflict in Sudan has resulted in over 12,000 casualties, economic devastation, and forced displacement of 9 million people, marking one of the largest mass internal displacements globally. The U.S. State Department has accused both the Army and RSF of committing war crimes in the battle for control over Sudan. Starlink's mobile routers have emerged as crucial infrastructure during conflicts, providing communication services in areas where traditional internet access is disrupted. Elon Musk previously activated Starlink in Ukraine during Russia's invasion, although Ukrainian military intelligence alleges increased usage by Russian forces on the front lines, a claim Starlink denies. In Sudan, both sides blame each other for the internet blackout, impacting telecom companies like MTN, Zain Sudan, and Sudatel Telecom Group. The Association of Sudanese Engineers attributed the blackout to RSF actions in Darfur, the group's stronghold. Al-Fatih Erwa, Zain Sudan's CEO, cited challenges in restoring connections in Darfur due to insecurity and resource shortages. He mentioned RSF threats to expand the blackout nationwide if internet access wasn't restored in Darfur. UN Emergency Relief Coordinator Martin Griffiths condemned the blackout, labeling it unacceptable and hindering access to essential services and funds transfer. In other financial news, Bank of America's Bernie Mensah and Standard Chartered's Bill Winters have expressed confidence that the challenges facing regional U.S. lenders in the commercial real estate sector are unlikely to present a systemic risk to the broader financial system. Speaking at the World Government Summit in Dubai, Mensah stated that many commercial real estate assets may require recapitalization or restructuring, but Bank of America's exposure to this sector is minimal. He emphasized that while there could be isolated issues, he does not foresee any systemic risks, given the sophistication of the U.S. real estate market and the ample capital reserves held by banks compared to pre-financial crisis levels. Winters echoed this sentiment, noting that although the U.S. market is challenging and losses are expected, he believes the situation is manageable. He emphasized that U.S. banks are well equipped to weather any turbulence in the commercial real estate market due to their strengthened capital positions. These remarks follow increased investor concerns over commercial property values, particularly after New York Community Bancorp's recent actions to bolster reserves for troubled loans tied to the sector. Similar signals of strain have been observed among lenders globally, from Frankfurt to Tokyo. The scrutiny intensified as the pandemic prompted a shift to remote work, reducing office occupancy and raising concerns about landlords' ability to meet debt obligations. Additionally, the Federal Reserve's aggressive interest rate hikes have raised refinancing costs for existing loans, with over $1 trillion in commercial mortgages set to mature in the next 2 years. Mensah noted a growing interest from investors in providing mezzanine financing once commercial properties have been repriced and loan-to-value ratios have improved. Despite challenges, both Mensah and Winters remain optimistic about the resilience of the U.S. banking sector in navigating the commercial real estate landscape. Continuing with more financial news, economists are beginning to express concerns that the Federal Reserve may be maintaining a monetary policy that is too restrictive. According to a poll conducted by the National Association for Business Economics and published on Monday, 21% of respondents believe that the current stance of the U.S. central bank's monetary policy is overly restrictive, marking the highest percentage since mid-2010. These findings, released ahead of NABE's annual Economic Policy Conference in Washington this week, were gathered between January 23rd and 30th, just before the Fed's most recent policy meeting on January 30th and 31st. Over the course of the fastest tightening cycle since the early 1980s, Fed officials raised the benchmark interest rate by more than 5 percentage points between March 2022 and July of last year. Despite inflation receding swiftly in the latter half of 2023, financial markets anticipated that the central bank would commence rate reductions early in 2024. However, at the January meeting, Fed Chair Jerome Powell and colleagues opted to leave the benchmark rate unchanged and indicated that rate cuts were unlikely to begin at the next gathering in March. Investors are currently betting on easing to commence in May. Powell justified this decision by pointing to robust economic growth and a strong job market, suggesting that the Fed can afford to take its time before initiating any reversal of the tightening measures. A recent employment report published on February 2nd revealed job creation exceeding expectations at the beginning of the year, with revisions indicating higher job growth throughout 2023. That is all the time we have for today. Tune in again tomorrow for the latest news update. Remember to smash the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.